This is Mark in the Dark, shedding light on another piece of forgotten history. Today, from near victory to revolution. In March of 1918, Germany still believes it can win the First World War. The Russian Empire has collapsed. Millions of German soldiers from the Eastern Front are now free to move west. For the first time in 4 years, Germany has the initiative. But there is a clock ticking. Across the Atlantic, the United States is mobilizing. American soldiers are arriving in France by the hundreds of thousands. If Germany wants victory, it must come now. So the German High Command makes one last gamble. On the morning of March 21st, 1918, the German army launches the largest offensive of the entire war, Operation Michael, the Kaiser Offensive. Thousands of artillery pieces open fire. Stormtrooper units move forward using new infiltration tactics, slipping through weak points in Allied defenses. British lines shatter. In the first days, the German army advances farther than it has since 1914. Entire Allied divisions fall back from the front cracks open across the Somme. For a brief moment, the possibility returns. Germany might break the Western Front before the Americans arrive. Berlin newspapers celebrate. The Kaiser proclaims the coming victory, but the offensive contains a fatal flaw. Germany has spent 4 years bleeding itself dry. The soldiers advancing across northern France are exhausted. Supply lines cannot keep up. Horses die, food runs short, ammunition lags behind the advancing troops, and the Allies adapt. In April, they appoint a single command for the Western Front, Marshal Ferdinand Foch. The German offensive slows, then stalls. Germany has thrown its last reserves into the attack, and the war is about to turn. On August 8, 1918, the Allies launch a counterattack near the city of Amiens. British tanks roll forward. Canadian and Australian troops smash into German lines. French forces attack alongside them. Behind stands something new, the manpower of the United States. German positions collapse. Entire units surrender. Erich Ludendorff, the man who effectively runs the German war effort, calls it the Black Day of the German Army. From this point forward, Germany is no longer attacking, it is retreating. Across the Western Front, the Allies begin what becomes known as the 100 Days Offensive. The German army is pushed back week by week. The front begins to crumble. By September 1918, the truth becomes unavoidable. Germany cannot win. Its allies are collapsing. Bulgaria surrenders. Austria-Hungary is falling apart. The Ottoman Empire is nearing defeat. On September 29th, Ludendorff informs the German government the war is lost. Germany must ask for an armistice. But the generals make one crucial political decision. They insist Germany transform itself into parliamentary democracy. Civilian politicians must take power. Civilian politicians must negotiate the peace. In other words, the military leadership wants someone else to carry the burden of defeat. That decision will echo for decades. But in the autumn of 1918, events are already outrunning the government. Germany is beginning to collapse from within. At the end of October, the German Navy prepares one last desperate attack against the British fleet. The sailors refuse. In the port city of Kiel, mutiny breaks out. Within days, the rebellion spreads across the country. Workers and soldiers form revolutionary councils. Cities fall into revolutionary control. Hamburg, Bremen, Munich, and then Berlin. On November 9, 1918, one of the most extraordinary political moments of the 20th century unfolds. 2 republics are declared in Berlin on the same day. From a balcony on the Reichstag, the Social Democrat Philipp Steinmann proclaims a German republic. Just hours later, the revolutionary socialist Karl Liebknecht declares a socialist republic. The imperial system that had ruled Germany since 1871 collapsed almost overnight. The Kaiser abdicates and flees into exile in the Netherlands. The German Empire is finished. 2 days later, on November 11, 1918, German representatives meet the Allies in a railway carriage in the forest of Compiègne. At 5 a.m, they sign the armistice. The guns fall silent at 11. The First World War is over. But the end of the fighting does not bring clarity to Germany. The German army withdraws from France and Belgium, but it does not collapse in the field. It marches home in formation. Many soldiers believe they were never truly defeated, and inside Germany, the new republic is fragile. The monarchy is gone. The old imperial order has vanished. A democratic republic now stands where the Kaiser once ruled. But the country is starving, divided, and armed. Millions of soldiers are coming home to uncertainty. The war is ended, but Germany has not yet found peace. The year 1918 begins with Germany trying to win the greatest war in history. It ends with the collapse of an empire, the birth of a republic, and a society struggling to understand defeat. From near victory to revolution in just 12 months. And the consequence of that year are only beginning. Because everything that explodes in 1919, the violence, myths, the paramilitaries, the politics of resentment, all of it grows from the shattered ground of Germany in 1918. This has been Mark in the Dark, shedding a little more light on the forgotten parts of history. Follow along for more forgotten stories from our past, and keep an eye out there for next week's video, Exploring Germany in 1919.